It does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just has to be a healthier you in the new year, you guys. Make sure you check down below in the description box where you can find the links to TLC products, including the ISOT, the NutriBurst, the Life Drops, the Resolution Drops. There's just so many things there to help you in burning fat and staying healthy. There's even the new Immune Tea, which I'm going to order. So I can't wait to try that. And I hope they get the sea moss back. But I do love the sea moss from Mint and Ocean. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a commercial. Yes, okay? Get those TLC products from me. And do not forget that my biggest life change has been through Kiara LASHAE, Team LASHAE, ifyoucanmove.com. You guys get cute little outfits from Peja and Amari. You also check out Just Move supplements because she is helping us with the energy. Okay, this is the energy supplement. Love it. Okay, just got my protein. Gonna get me some after I work out. So yeah, y'all, down below in the description box, support. So you guys are always asking me where I get my glasses from. So I thought I would finally give y'all a real little ad, okay? Firmoo, I can't see, bitch. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. These are my new Firmoo glasses here. Super, super cute, right? They are prescription because I'm like totally blind. And I got these matte ones that I think are really dope. And I felt like they would go good with the fact that I no longer have hair. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you guys can use my link and give me credit. And get you some glasses from Firmoo. Come on in. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm back. And I'm back at my house. Okay, yes. I hope everybody is having a good Saturday, but I could not let another day go by without coming talk to y'all. Okay. We're gonna get into some reality show topics. We got growing up hip hop, we got VH1 Couples Retreat, and then lastly, I will be doing Ready to Love. Now I'm gonna tell y'all I ain't got no screenshots for none of this shit because I am jet lagged and slightly sleepy. Okay, I had to go and get my dogs down from the kennel, okay, and everything. So we're back, okay, and I need to get back into the swing of things. So we're gonna start off with this Bondy Blue Show reality TV edition. Just a little, switch around because VH1 Couples Retreat or whatever the fuck is over. So I wanted to make sure I touched on that last episode. And then when next week comes, we'll do Black In Crew and I'll talk about what happened on last week's episode as well as what is happening on this week. And the same goes for Married to Medicine. So that will be the upcoming reality TV show edition of the Bondy Blue Show, just to make sure everybody is abreast. We're going to touch on these things. And I'm going to do the same thing for Pose. We didn't have All American, 911, or This Is Us last week. All we had was Pose. So I'll do like a whole little situation because Pose is supposed to be like hours and hours, right? Like a part 1 and 2, I believe. Child, we'll get to it when the time comes. All right. But either way, I will be putting up a full kind of vlog situation for the vacation. I just have to gather all of the materials from the several different phones and cameras that I was using while we were on our trip. But if you were following me on social media, TikTok or Instagram, or even if you were following me on YouTube, okay, then you would have seen my, little short videos I did, stories, and all of this stuff that I was doing and show y'all what we was doing, what we was eating, and what had happened. But I did get some beautiful pictures, so there will be more photography put up because of the trip. So, and I can't wait to go back again. It was super duper fun. We had a really good time. I loved it. I missed y'all though, and I'm glad y'all missed me. It felt weird not doing any videos, but I needed the break. I was still, keeping my eye on these blog streets. Okay, so we're going to have a Bondy Blue Show where we talk about what's at the top of the blogs after this one. Thank you, Baby Hustle, for the super chat. I'm glad I'm back too. Thank you. I appreciate that. Child, I was trying to be cute out there. I was trying to, give what needed to be gave or whatever. But let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start off with growing up hip hop, y'all. Do I have a banner or graphics for these hoes? Let me see. I doubt that I do. I probably don't. Because I don't be caring about them like that. The growing up hip hop people. Y'all know who they are. I don't need no graphic for them. But let's go ahead and get into a couple of topics that happen on the show. It's not going to, hey, Jay Lee. It's not going to be like a full blow by blow on any of these shows except for Ready to Love because that's the one that I made the most notes for. But like I said, I ain't a screenshots. I ain't have time for that. I'm still tired. Okay. I'm talking right now, trying to wake my brain up. Bitch was in this bitch about to fall asleep. Then I come home to rain. It's all rainy and gloomy and shit, making it even harder for me to be perky and upbeat. But I'm here. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. So growing up hip hop, let's start off with the fact that Savannah and Boogie decided to date. Things that we do just for television. For 100 Alex. That's how I'm feeling about this. Okay. This is something y'all are doing for the TV. I don't believe for a second that Savannah is really interested in Boogie. Not to say that something's wrong with Boogie, but Savannah just, gives me, I like hood nigga vibes. And Boogie is not a hood nigga. He's a rich kid that I honestly, I like Boogie, but I think that Dame Dash has beat Boogie down to the point where you wanted him to be more of an alpha male and you kind of made him a little bit less than he would have been had you not beat him up so much emotionally and mentally. Like you can tell that Boogie is a nice and a sweet guy because his dad was an asshole to him. Like you can tell, you know what I'm saying? And I believe at some point Boogie was trying to be a ladies' man and got caught up in some bullshit with some crazy girls and ended up going, to jail and got arrested for assault and got out. The crazy bitch came and tried to fight him. Just way too much mess, but mess that you can expect from a young man like Boogie, with a famous family and money and bitches that's looking for reasons to fuck with you so that they can get what they can get out the situation. And then if they can't get what they want out of the situation, by way of fucking you or pretending as if they're going to fuck you, then they want to start drama and get it through some type of legality. So I understood, what I'm saying, what Boogie was saying about that situation. But Savannah was worried when she was going on this date with him. So she Googled him and found out about this case and she had questions, but he cleared it all up. Okay. Cause I was side-eyeing Boogie as well. I was like, child, I don't even remember that. When did that happen? But y'all know I don't be paying attention to some of these fucking people. I don't care. Okay. But anyway, they go on a double date with Sam in Egypt. And it was just kind of like, okay, this is a thing now. This is the thing now. Okay, Boogie, so you're going to be kicking it with Sam in Egypt. They the cool clique now. They the ones that you want to hang around with, Boogie. Okay. Something about Boogie. I'm going to say this. Boogie is a type of friend you have that you have to learn that they are a certain way. You can't expect them to be any realer than they are because they're not going to be. They're not going to be humbuggish. They're not going to stand up for you. They're not going to, be what a lot of women would perceive as like a protector. Like Boogie's not going to do all that. He's not going to do all that. Don't expect him to do all of that. Respect who he is. He's a nice guy. He's cool, but don't expect him to have your back like that. He don't have his own back like that with his own fucking daddy. You think he going to be bucking for you with other people? That's not his personality. Don't expect that from him. Okay? That's my feelings about the situation, where as far as Boogie seeming a little like, wherever the wind blows type of situation. Okay. But they get into this conversation about how Egypt feels like TT is stealing her wedding plans. And I was just like, the fact that y'all got Savannah or anybody else on this show validating this bullshit. Egypt, listen to me, baby. Listen to me. Your whole family is from Jamaica. Even if you told TT you wanted to have your dream wedding in Jamaica, I'ma repeat, y'all are both from Jamaica. All of y'all's family is in Jamaica. So if y'all wanted to have a big wedding, either of you, it would make sense for y'all to have it where? In Jamaica. It's not just a destination. That's where y'all family is from. That's where grandma lives. We gonna go where grandma at, so grandma don't have to do no traveling for the wedding. I mean, I was just kind of like, are we really gonna sit up here and act like these people aren't all from Jamaica? Nobody's stealing the idea of having a destination wedding from you, bitch. Y'all are family, and all y'all family is in Jamaica. All right, I've said it 1,000 times. I'm done. It just makes no sense to me for y'all to make an issue where there is none. Just obviously overproducing, trying to make issue where there is none. To me, TT is boring, except for the fact that now the auntie won't spray her information about her little white baby daddy. Her white baby daddy out here cheating on her with all the little big booty, chocolate girls in Jamaica because that's what he like. Listen, I don't know if that's what's going on. Honestly, don't really care. But it always seemed like that boy was only marrying TT because he got her pregnant, and that seemed like the right thing to do. But it never seemed like they were like fully in a relationship where marriage was going to happen, whether she had a baby or not. That's not what their relationship seemed like from jump. So if he is out there fucking on other girls out there on the island, that does not surprise me because that seems to be his thing. Rich little white boy like to float around in his linens and shit, fucking on the native women, having himself a good time until he impregnates one of them and says, oh, this one is nice and bleached enough. Let me try to marry her. Like, I don't know what's going on over there, but it never seemed legit. So any foolishness going on with TT's, wedding, I'm not surprised at all. Yes, TT's mom is a diplomat in Jamaica. Yes, I am aware of that as well, which is another reason why we can say, why not have the wedding, in Jamaica? That's just stupid to me, okay? So then, Cree has been added to the cast. She is Uncle Luke's daughter. Am I correct on that, y'all? Comment and tell me. Y'all know Uncle Luke. But apparently she don't have a good relationship with her daddy. I mean, who would have a good relationship with the daddy like Uncle Luke? I'm just saying, like, does he scream, I supported my daughter through everything she was good? Like, come on now. You was out here grabbing ass and snatching pussies and all of that when you was young and when she was a little girl. We already know you wasn't there for her because you was somewhere with the rest of the two little crew out there. Okay. But anyway, Cree is like an organizer, like a wedding planner, an event planner. She knows people. She works with Slip and Slide. She got her feelers out in the streets. Okay. Her and JoJo was supposed to be coming together to do a showcase, like an artist type showcase. He wants Egypt to perform. For what? I was just like, that's random. All of the people you want Egypt to perform? JoJo's producing a reality show right now. Get the fuck out of my face. But Cree was in charge of JoJo and his old lady's anniversary party. Okay, it was a surprise for his old lady because y'all know his old lady had the miscarriage. They've been going through a lot. So he has this surprise party for her. He has Cree put it together. It's beautiful. It's decorated, lovely. Okay, nice colors and LED lights and soft settings. Just beautiful. Okay. And then you got Twist there, dressed in his fucking pajamas and his house slippers with a joint. I would have told him to go home. And this is something I've realized. A lot of you rich niggas feel like y'all are so self-important that people should just be happy that y'all are there as y'all are. Like you said, y'all don't want me as I am. No, we don't. We don't want you here as you are. There is a time and a place for everything. Smoking weed, as soon as you walked up to them people, that lady said, please don't smoke. I would like for this to smell like all of the fucking $50 candles I didn't purchase to have in this area so it smell nice. I would like for that to permeate throughout the area because when I create an event, it's all about your senses, bitch, which you can see, feel, smell, and touch. And you come in here with the weed, this ain't that event. There are events for that. This ain't that. So wait until we finish with this shit. Smoke your joint outside this shit, or you can leave. You got three choices. You can wait. You can do it you can do it before, outside, or you can go home. But he pissed me off because if we're going to talk about you young girls out in the streets in your pajamas, if we're going to talk about the young girls out there with the bonnets on, looking a mess, then we're going to talk about Twist feeling like because he's some rich California nigga, he can walk around looking a mess everywhere he go. No, you look like you don't know what real deodorant is. You look like you stink. And not in a good way. And what I mean is, somebody that smells like weed is not an issue for me. But people that smell like weed to the point that You wondering, did they brush their teeth? Did they shower? Or did they just wake up and smoke and then was like, I'm good. I can just go. That happens. Don't do that. You're trifling. You're trifling. I also don't like the way he was telling her, get off my dick, bitch. The way he was talking to her. That really bothered me. I was like, okay, so me and Twistin fell out. We didn't fell out now. Okay. Because now I don't like you. Because I cannot stand when men are disrespectful to women in that way. Talking about you look just like your daddy. Is that supposed to be like a bad thing? And nigga, you look like a little rat. Okay. You look like the nigga that raised the Ninja Turtles, okay? All the way down. Like, that's what you look like. You look like you live in a sewer, you raggedy motherfucker. I'll go in on you. He wouldn't have been able to talk to me like that. Cree was trying to be professional, but I'd have went in on his little raggedy ass, okay? Like, if you don't get... Boy... If you don't get your over-exaggerated, hanger-on, dope-smelling, lean drinking, probably gonna die before you make 45, due to health concerns, fake Lil Wayne, having ass, bitch-ass little boy, if you don't get the fuck out, I'd have ribbed the shit out of him. There's no way he'd have been talking to me like that. He is raggedy. He is raggedy. I don't give a fuck how much your clothes cost, nigga, you raggedy. You raggedy. Coming in there with them house slippers on. And I smoke. And I still didn't appreciate the energy of, well, I'm just going to do me and you got to deal with it. And if not, I'm going to disrespect you. Fuck you, nigga. All that, oh, I'm a real hood nigga. Are you, though? Are you, though? Because being BFFs with Justin Bieber don't scream hood nigga to me. But okay, Lil Twist, go off. And that's the thing. Everybody all big in the chest and shit. You know what I'm saying? With women. And that's what makes me think that's what makes me think you pussy. Whenever men got all of that action for women, all of this testosterone, all of this bitch, get off my, all that disrespectful talk. When you talk to women like that, when she's simply asking you not to ash on these white floors that she just finished sweeping leaves up off of, talking about I was going to get that. You weren't going to clean up nothing. You don't clean up your damn self. Look like you wearing the same clothes you had on yesterday. Don't sit up here and act like you was about to clean up after yourself. Y'all, Twist blew me. If I was high when I got there, my high would have been blown. Okay? See, you got an issue and a problem when somebody can't even ask you not to smoke at a fucking table at an event. You know you can't smoke like that at regular restaurants, at regular events, in public places. So why is it an issue at this private party when this lady is asking for you not to fuck up the ambiance that she been creating all day with this bullshit? Your energy, your clothing, and your fucking smell, okay? And you rolling with the dope the way you doing right now. It is working on everybody's nerves. And maybe he should have left. Maybe he should have left instead of sitting up there acting like a bitch about it, acting like a little ass boy throwing a temper tantrum because somebody finally had balls enough to tell him about himself. Because y'all so used to people not saying nothing to y'all when y'all act like assholes and be inconsiderate of people like this. Because you little bitty ass Twist. Nigga, I'll kick you in your throat. Talking about you too much of everything for me, and nigga, you are not enough of it. Not enough man, not enough person, not enough sense. Okay, shit, whole bunch of stuff you not enough of for me. Not clean enough. Like what? I'd have ribbed the shit out of him. I liked him too. Thank you for the super chat, Brujita Noir. I liked him too. And this completely turned me off to him, the way he talked to that lady. Completely. Because to me, that's bitch made. Whenever I see men, they don't like to get told nothing about themselves when they be dead ass wrong or they inconveniencing somebody and somebody says something to them and not disrespectful, and they still want to come at a lady neck like that, come at a woman with that type of vitriol and bitch, get off my dick and all that disrespectful shit. You was a little ass disrespectful boy, and I hope somebody hit you in the fucking throat, because niggas like you would not talk to women like that if there was a man in the room who would have told you about yourself. But see, all them niggas in that room pussy. Everybody in this room, all them niggas is vagina to me, because to me, in no way y'all all grown ass men sitting here with this little ass boy disrespecting that lady like that, and nobody says anything about it because everybody's so scared that Twist gonna what? Call phone them? Get the fuck out of here. Who you gonna call, nigga? Who you gonna call? Everybody got somebody they gonna call to do some shit, and it's because they ain't really about it. Nigga, you ain't no real gangster. Fuck out of here with that shit. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me move on from that because he made me mad. Brianna and Boogie. Brianna is another one I'm gonna have to get on because I kind of sort of like Brianna. Okay. I've I've liked Brianna ever since she punched that nigga in the face for talking about her abortion in a rap on camera. I never forget that moment. I've liked her ever since then. Chin chuck the fuck out that nigga, okay? But that was like 20 years ago, money. That was not even 20. That might have been like 15 years ago when she punched that nigga in the face out, you know, in New York in the middle of the street somewhere for bringing up her abortion or something like that. That was years ago. She's still with that same energy. And not only is she still with that same energy, but we on the show talking about your drinking and how your drinking gets out of hand, and you in the confessional with a drink like, fuck y'all, I'm an alcoholic, and what? Y'all, what is something is whistling and I don't know what that is. Anyway, Brianna needs help. Brianna needs help. Brianna needs somebody that cares enough about her to sit her down and have a real conversation with her. Thank you, Marrero, for the super chat. But what I realized about a lot of these young people on these shows is because of who their parents are, because of what their lifestyles have been like, nobody has been paying attention enough to say, hey, you're a fucking alcoholic. You're going to look like shit by the time you get to 45 if you don't stop. Like alcohol ages you, okay? And you think the light-skinnedness and the freckles and all of that gonna serve you forever. But the truth of the matter is your attitude and you being a rough-ass bitch in the face and your energy will ostracize you. And everybody thinks it's all cool to be like, fuck you, until they, you know, look around and realize they ain't really got no friends or nobody that's around for them like that. And they lonely and shit because they some old miserable bitches, okay? And that's why you drink like this. Everybody want to act like, oh, I don't do anything to anybody. Boogie apologized to Brianna for not showing up the way she wanted him to, which the truth of the matter is, like I already told you, is you already know the type of person that Boogie is. Stop expecting different from who he is. He's not going to buck for you. He's not going to jump bad with Sam in Egypt for you. He's not going to do that. He already proved that to you last season with Tight Pants Master P. With Tight Pants Percy. Tight Pants Percy and his bitch ass son did all of that bullshit last season, and Boogie sat there because Boogie knew his place. Boogie has been put in his place by his daddy to the point that he is afraid of confrontation because of the way he probably done dealt with his daddy, going off on him about every little thing or calling him a bitch and whatever the fuck Dame Dash done to that little boy. Now that he's an adult, he doesn't like confrontation. So he was going to apologize, be sorry, and then she turns around and tells him, well, I don't like a sorry ass nigga. Well, bitch, I don't know what you need to be told, but that's it. That's all. We ain't got nothing else to say. She got mad as soon as he started talking about his date with Savannah, which makes me feel like, do you have feelings for Boogie, bitch? Like, what's going on here? Because you're way too upset and you're drinking way too much. You need to collect yourself. Thank you for the super chat. Sis, I love your reviews as always, and you look beautiful, and I usually love Twist, but when he says she looks like her daddy, that rubbed me the wrong way. Thank you so much, Shayna, for the super chat. It rubbed me wrong, too, but it was more so to calling her a bitch and get off his dick and shit, all of that language, all that aggressive-ass language. I don't like that. Because niggas like that like to put their hands on women, especially when there's not a bigger nigga in the room to make them feel like they better bitch up. Niggas like that love to use the fact that they a man against women whenever they get upset, you know. And I paid attention to that. But Brianna definitely makes me feel like she is feeling Boogie in a romantic way. And he feels like she's too much of a mess to fuck with. And she feels that off of him. And it makes her want to lash out at every little thing. Because you know the type of person he is. And here you are expecting him to go to bat for you against Sam in Egypt when it's not his personality. They gonna keep talking about you. It is what it is. Like, it is people that are very regressed for their age as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm sure that Brianna's older than me. And I really feel like she handles herself like a 20-something-year-old. You a 30-something-year-old, probably closer to 40-something-year-old woman. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up and stop handling yourself like this. It's cool to drink. Y'all, I love a good drink. I'm probably going to drink after I finish these videos. I thought I was going to work out. Not so much. So they might just have to be like a one-hitter quitter workout. I'm going to go see what's on the site. Maybe Kiara will make me want to do something. I don't know. Okay? But the point of the matter is, ain't nothing wrong with having a little drink, but there's no excuse to get yourself to the point of irate drunkenness in public, following behind this man, talking to him any kind of way. You's a toxic, ignorant bitch. And you really need to go and get yourself together because this ain't cute. She 34. That's a old ass 34. That's a old ass 34. Y'all say Boogie like white girls? He probably like white girls because white girls don't do all this to him. And that's unfortunate, because they may not argue with you, but they do underhanded shit. Like fuck your friends and stuff. Okay. Y'all always think, oh, the white girls aren't as, aggressive as the black girls. Well, the white girls haven't had people be aggressive with them. So of course they don't come off the same way that black women do because they don't receive the same treatment socially. What the fuck are we talking about here? But what I will say is those white girls will get with you for your money and who you are and then fuck your friends and then leave you high and dry and smile and Becky about it. And there's nothing you can do. So we can always act like it's the black girls with the big issues and all of that, but there's some things that black girls will never do, like as far as how they treat you, like if they really fuck with you, black girls will go to bat, will be loyal as fuck. White girls, on the other hand, they will not. The first sign of the police, oh my God, I don't know him. Okay? So, I'm just saying. He dates white girls, but he will smash anything. Of course, because they're attracted to us. Because who wouldn't be attracted to us? What? What did I say wrong? What did I say wrong? Yeah, no, it's not a bad thing that he doesn't give Dame energy. Nobody needs to. I don't even like Dame. So I'm not mad that Boogie, isn't somebody that's confrontational. I just feel, I feel like when you have a father like Dame Dash that sometimes either turns your child into a bitch in a way, because they always have somebody that's being demeaning to them. So in their mind, those demeaning thoughts are always there. So they walk in insecurity versus being secure in who they are as a man, but they weren't really given that from their parents because their parents are always trying to make. See, here's the thing. Dame Dash is a street nigga that had kids when he had money. You want your kids to show up like street niggas, but they didn't grow up in the streets. Stupid ass. Like, hello? Like, you can tell that Dame probably felt a way about the fact that Boogie doesn't show up the way he wants him to, but it's like Boogie wasn't raised that way. Why would he? You know what I'm saying? Which is the reason why Boogie probably is more, had more relations with white girls. You growing up around money, you usually grow up more around white people than black people. You know what I'm saying? Brianna has a son. Child, I did not know Brianna had a kid, but that would definitely, yeah, I get it. Like that adds to the being irresponsible and being regressed and acting like a child your damn self. I like Brianna and Twist, but they really need to grow up. They really do. They really do. I mean, I can't tell you how much of a turnoff it is to me to see Twist basically just be a miniature version of Wayne, like not even in a good way, like not even when it comes to the music. Like that's the one thing Wayne always had was his talent, being good at music. No matter what, Wayne is good at music. He may not be a good singer and he's what he is, but he's still good at music. He's a good rapper. You know what I'm saying? Twist, I don't know much about Twist music. He's on this show. I liked his laid back, I get high personality, that rolls with my vibe, but I don't like disrespectful cunt ass niggas. And that's what he reminded me of on this episode. And Brianna is, an ignorant bitch that need to find something else to do with her time besides, getting irate and drinking every time she goes some damn well. So people won't always want to kick her out. Let's move on to Couples Retreat. I actually do have shit for this. All right, y'all. So this is the last episode of Couples Retreat. It was really pointless when you think about it because there wasn't really any real resolve for most of the couples. So the men and the women talked separately about the night before because they had sex therapy the last episode. So this episode, everybody is like, oh, we hunched last night. It was so amazing. I just want to keep this energy going. But AJ wants to have individual meetings with the couple so that we can just, kind of have a come to Jesus moment about where we are in the relationship thus far. Okay. And Mendices and Yandy. Y'all, Mendices and Yandy get into it. And it was so infuriating to watch because Mendices is full of shit. Mendices absolutely is Lorenz Tate in the Rain on Me video when it comes to Yandy's success. He can't deal with that. When they were together at first, Yandy was professional and yes, she was on the show, but Yandy was basically, to me, the educated, the pretty lame girl. You know what I'm saying? Drug dealer gets with her, knows that, she gonna pay commissary. She gonna make sure that she loyal. She gonna help you with the baby mothers. Like, she's the person you get with when you're trying to escalate yourself out of drug kingpin life. And that is what Mendices did when he got Yandy pregnant, okay? He put himself in her arena so where he could work his way to getting out of the drug world because he's a smart nigga. And everybody that's smart and in drug business know eventually you got to find your way out or they're going to end up catching you up. Just so happens that he got caught up right around the time that he was finding himself out of it through Yandy, okay? Now, he was still a big kingpin when he was out. It may not have been known to everybody, but I definitely think behind the scenes and on the block, Mendices had an energy about himself that was respected. And it's still respected to this day. You can tell with the way people come at him on the show. Hood niggas that's on these shows respect the shit out of Mendices. And you can tell it's because of where he comes from, right? Mendices watched Yandy escalate more, but for him to act like Yandy was, not as big before as she is now is bullshit. She was just as big when y'all were together and you were out of jail as she is now. It's just that now she's more involved in the social justice movement. Now she's more involved in different things because she had to busy herself because you were in jail. Okay. Mendices feels a way about the fact that Yandy is popping and that he doesn't fit into her world the way he once did. He can't shine with her because he doesn't feel secure because he's been in jail for a minute. And I think he's still having to become reacclimated to life. And in that is a level of, insecurity. And a lot of men are not man enough to be honest about their feelings. Y'all really don't like to admit that, yeah, I don't like to big my girl up that much. And I kind of like to keep her down on a certain level because I don't want her to get too big headed because then she'll realize that I'm really not worthy of her and she'll leave me. You niggas do think that. You absolutely think that. I know I had a friend that was real enough to tell me I can't give you too many compliments because then you're going to get too big in the head. He was just my friend. And I was like, nigga, I'm not even fucking you. If I did have you're my friend. If you give me a compliment, thank you. Why do you feel like, oh, I can't make her feel even better about herself? Like, that just lets you know that they got niggas out here that absolutely think that way. Some of y'all are just not real enough to be honest and say that that's how you feel. Yandy was just sitting there and AJ was running it. AJ was running it to him about how he comes off just based off what he's been through and what she's seeing. He seems to be Lorenz Tate in the Rain on Me video. Mad because he had to hold the door for Yandy. Like, why? First of all, let's break that down right quick because they didn't even really break that down. Mendices, if Yandy is saying goodbye to people and she's not quite ready to walk out the door, how about you go stand beside her and say your goodbyes, sing a song in your head like Cole Off Martin until she's actually ready to walk out the door, and then you can hold the door open for her. You going to sit in a car as you being a fucking child and being mad that the moment is not about you. So it makes you feel more comfortable to go and sit in a car and let it be known that I'm ready to go. So this means she needs to hurry up because she knows I'm sitting in the car. That's some little kid shit for you to do. Be a fucking adult. Stand next to your wife. Let her have her moments. Let her have her moments. Okay? And then y'all walk out together and you open the door as y'all walk out together. But to be patting yourself on the fucking back because you didn't leave her, because you held the door open and then she took too long to come and you want to remind her that you're there. Hey, I'm here. Don't forget about me. My nigga, I'm not your mama. Go tell Judy not to forget about you the way she did when she left you in the house all them days by yourself to starve with your brother. Go deal with that shit instead of telling her that everything is fine and taking it out on Yandy. And then when AJ says that you're taking shit out on Yandy, you get upset and say that she's absolutely wrong. That's absolutely not correct. That's absolutely wrong. Then what is it then, Mendices? Talk to us, because you can't seem to vocally express yourself enough for us to understand what the fuck the problem is. Besides, it's all Yandy's fault. Besides, it's all Yandy's fault. Y'all, Mendices pissed me off. Okay? He pissed me off. Deal with the fact that you are a man who decided to make the wrong decisions to get out of where you were in. I get it. I never begrudge us for the way we try to get out of the dire straits that this racist ass country puts us in. Y'all have put roadblocks up against us in every way possible. And these kids, they do what they got to do to get out of these fucked up situations. Okay, Mendices, we will give you that, especially for when you grew up. Nowadays, I don't give y'all that same act right, because you have social media and you have access. So now you have all of these different ways to make money for yourself that doesn't include selling drugs. And even if you move somewhere else, fuck, you might be able to sell drugs legally. But back then, it was different. So I don't even begrudge Mendices for how he had to get up out of whatever the fuck Judy put him in as being a piss poor mother. Fuck what she talking about. You were a piss poor mother. I'm not about the bullshit with y'all. That little boy said he didn't have nothing to eat in the house, and you expected him at 6 to walk across the fucking highway to go and see about how to get food at 6 years old. Bitch, you were a bad mother. Deal with that. And that's the problem with a lot of you people. Y'all don't like to be honest with yourselves, and y'all don't like to be honest with y'all parents about what the situation really is. Be real, be honest, and get over it, because you keep lying to yourself, you're lying to your mama, and then you take it out on Yandy. And Yandy has to be responsible for the fact that your mama wasn't there for you, that she didn't pour into you positively, that she didn't give you positive reinforcement the way you needed it, because she was out here worrying about drugs or whatever nigga she was running behind. That's not your fault, but that's not Yandy's fault either. Okay? So Mendices needs to grow the fuck up and be real with himself. Everybody want to be real and shit when it comes to this click-clack in the street shit, but you can't be real with your emotions and how you really feeling and say what it is so you can get past it. As long as you keep lying about what you really feeling, you're never really going to get past it. So I'm glad Yandy said that they still in the same place, because guess what, bitch? You are. And I would really like to know, what's the difference between this trip and this trip to Dubai that y'all just took, that I'm sure we're going to be seeing on this upcoming season of Love and Hip Hop in some capacity, since all of them were there. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait, because I know that y'all going to in some type of way make it seem as if Mendices has learned something since this moment, because it seems like from the last little family reunion shit, he didn't learn nothing from that situation. Then we get to this situation with Couples Retreat, he didn't learn nothing from this situation. He is in a constant place of regression, because y'all get scared whenever he gets upset. Whenever Mendices gets upset, everybody backs up. Even Yandy gets quiet. I would not continue to allow him to be able to bitch me up when I know he wrong, or when I know he lying about how he really feeling. That's absolutely wrong. Is it? So explain to me why you do the things you do then, if not for the fact that you're trying to make me responsible for how your mama was not there for you. I don't hear nothing. Anyway, Tawana and To Inspire TV, thank you for the super chat. You speaking facts. They need a real counselor. Welcome home. Thank you. They do. They do. So let's move on from there. Princess and Ray J argue about the way they call each other names and how he leaves to fuck on strippers and prostitutes. I don't even really have a lot of energy for Ray J and Prinky, because this is nothing new. The thing about it is, Ray J and Princess, y'all are two people that are also not being honest about the situation. Ray J always brings it back to the kids and Prinky being the mother of his kids. But the truth of the matter is, y'all whole relationship has been a farce. Your whole relationship has been bullshit. Not to say y'all never really loved each other, y'all weren't really into each other, but y'all have never been in a good relationship. Y'all relationship has been toxic the entire time. Princess, Ray J has been leaving you to go fuck on prostitutes and strippers y'all entire relationship. He did it the first year y'all was together, and he is doing it now. So nothing has changed. Princess has been talking to you like you have been a fucking dog since y'all got together. Guess what? She's still talking to you like what? A fucking dog, because that's what you are. Okay? So to me, when I look at Princess and Ray J, I feel like it's two people that don't want to admit the real positives of their relationship. Prinky, I have financial security and I always have my foot in some type of business to continue to make money for me and my kids as long as I'm married to this fuck ass nigga. Period. Ray J, I have someone that I can go and plant my seeds in. And when it's time for me to break out my family for a business opportunity, I can act like we're making it work and we decided to stay together, and I can, break out the wife and kitties and use them to do whatever I want to do. And then when that's over, I send them back to the house and then I can go back out into the street to fuck on and do whatever I want. He gets the best of both worlds. He gets to be single out in these streets and do whatever the fuck he wants to, and then use his beautiful wife and beautiful children as his little namesake to act like he's doing something of substance in his life, because Ray J was raised to feel like he needs to also be doing something of substance. Having a family makes him feel like his life isn't aimless, because at this point he's too fucking old to be out in the streets doing exactly what he's still out in the streets doing. His wife and kids gives him some type of validity in this world as a 40-something-year-old nigga that's still running around the clubs. Okay? So they're going to continue to do that, and I don't care. Michael and Miss Rada. He lies to her and says that he's willing to cut out the side chicks. She wants to be married to him. She wants them to have a more monogamous relationship where they have, little fun times with different people 2 to 3 times a year. That's not going to happen, Miss Rada. You got into a relationship with a man that does not want to be tied down. He doesn't want to fuck just one girl. He has mommy issues that he doesn't want to deal with. So he likes to exact that on the puss. Every puss he can find, he's trying to use his big ass dick to extract all of the anger and frustration and loss of love. He's using his dick. Okay, that's what he does. A lot of people do different things. Some people do drugs, some people do food, some people do alcohol, some people do sex. Michael does sex. Okay, Miss Ryder, you're not going to get Michael to be different, and that's obvious because y'all broke up. Now I don't know whether she's still pregnant or not, because something makes me feel like maybe it was a miscarriage, or I don't know, but I don't know if there's still a baby, because I haven't seen Miss Ryder with a belly, even when they announced on social media that they were breaking up. Thank you, Asada, for the super chat, love. Princess should have been left when Ray J, after he pushed her to the pool and cheated on her, and she keeps taking him back and staying with him. She doesn't have no respect for herself, his family. Child, people like Princess. I think Princess comes from poor people, don't she? If she comes from poor people, like I think she does, and she used to be a stripper, Princess knows hard life and knows that as long as she's with Ray J, she won't ever experience that again. There is something about that relationship that has nothing to do with their love. That's why she's there. And people just aren't real enough to say it's the stability and security that being with him provides me. I never experienced that growing up. I didn't really have that. And I know as long as I'm with him, he's going to make sure we have, or I'm going to have, no matter what. So regardless of the fact that the relationship is hard for me, because it's hard to be in a relationship with somebody that doesn't give you what you need emotionally or physically. You know what I'm saying? Financially and overall, I'm getting what I want because I know what it's like to really not have. And I don't ever want to go back to that. So I personally feel like there are reasons why they're together. They're just not being honest with why, because they know how it sounds to people. They know no matter how you slice it, telling us that you with her so that you can pretend to be something you're not, and her being with you so that she can have comfortability in a lifestyle that she probably can't really get for herself. Like, nobody wants to say that. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all know many people that really want to honestly say that shit? No. They don't really want to say that. They want to act like they love each other. And this is all built off some emotional bond, but it's really not. It's really not. Yeah. Delicious and Raymond. She wants to be taken care of. I really do understand where Delicious is coming from with this. I do. But I also feel like, when are women going to realize that at a certain age, you can't make men be something they aren't? If he's not an alpha male, if he can't lead, if he can't take over the control and help you feel like a woman and help you feel like a wife and lean into your feminine the way you would like to, you're probably going to end up having to leave him. This will be a 5-minute marriage eventually. Even though I think Raymond and Delicious are beautiful, their little TikToks and Instagram videos are so adorable. I get it. But ultimately, you can't make somebody be something they aren't. And I don't know if Delicious can stick it out. I don't know. But I just kind of felt like you want something he doesn't have to give. You want something that nobody taught him how to give because of his situation, because he was in jail, because he was separated from his mother, because he probably didn't have a father in the home. There are so many reasons why Raymond can't give Delicious what she's looking for. He has money, so he can pay for things. But when it comes to doing things without needing parenting, he needs positive reinforcement to take the fucking trash out. Like, when you really think about that, that is too much for you to fix. You can't fix it. Y'all are cute, but I don't think their marriage is going to, be for the long haul, because I don't think he is what she wants. I don't think he can be what she wants. I think a lot of the time a man just has to be that. And if he's not that, he's probably not going to be that. He needs to find him somebody that's okay with what it takes to be with him. And that's just simple. Thank you, Leah Lanier. It's so sad with Ray and Prince. She could absolutely open her own businesses to take care of herself. It's just a business relationship, honestly. It really is. And she probably realizes that even if she did open her own business, unless it's something that hits really hard, like takes off, it all will be dependent upon her visibility in this relationship with him. People will only care as long as they see them together. I'm sure that that's what's in her mind, because outside of that, what is Princess? Princess is not a personable person. She doesn't have personality. She's just beautiful. And as she's getting older, her beauty will wane. It doesn't matter what she does. She'll always be beautiful, but she will just be a beautiful older bitch. Like everybody else is a beautiful older bitch. And a lot of times, the only things you young girls have is y'all youth. That's the only thing y'all have that differentiates y'all a lot of the time from, some older woman that has her shit a little bit more together than you and still looks good. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it probably seems easier to stay in the space that she's in with a man that she's already with, that she already has all her children with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, they released some balloons. It's all bullshit. Moving on. So y'all, let's get into Ready to Love. Now, like I said, no screenshots today. I'm so sorry. Okay. Next week, we'll get back into the full swing of things. But we're getting to like the final episodes of Ready to Love. So I feel like y'all should know who we talking about at this point. Okay. If you don't, bitch, Google it for reference point. But we about to get into it. Before we do, can y'all go ahead and like the video, support the channel, like the video, let YouTube know y'all and with me. Ray J copyright Princess Love name too. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Poor thing. Poor thing. She's not going anywhere. She's not going anywhere. He not gonna let her. Not going anywhere. Ain't gonna let her. What? He ain't going anywhere. No, ho. We ain't going anywhere. No, you're not. No, you're not. Sorry, y'all, making up songs. All right, y'all liked it? Okay, let's get into Ready to Love. Okay, now I'm ready to fuck. Yes. Okay. I'm going to start off with this David and Liz situation. So I guess they were doing a double elimination that night because Alexis meets up with Ron and Liz meets up with David. David knew he was about to get dropped, so he decided to try to preemptively take himself out of the situation. And when Liz tried to assert herself in the situation and explain and say what she was feeling from it all, because I think she felt like she wasn't really able to communicate how she was really feeling about all of this. He constantly bringing up her kissing Jason. And then when he met up with her ex, I liked her ex. I want to say that. I was so glad that her ex was protective of her. And, just kind of was looking at David like, do you have some explanation for why you out here basically low key trying to slut Liz out because you mad that, she kissed Jason? That's what he was doing. You're going around bringing it up to everybody. It's because you want people to perceive her a certain way. You want everybody to look at her as less than because she kissed Jason, and you feel a way about that. You feel intimidated about that because you're an insecure ass man that likes to use God as a way to bolster yourself and to make you feel like you mean something, you matter. It's all bullshit, really. It's really all bullshit. And I've said this from the very beginning that David gave me controlling crazy nigga vibes, and everybody wanted to act like we was tripping. Well, guess what? David showed up as crazy, controlling nigga with the vibes. Okay. First of all, he showed up looking disheveled. I don't know what that's about, but he looked disheveled. He looked a little crazy, looked a little off. I don't know who his friends are. His friends lied to him. He probably has the same type of abusive relationship with his friends where they're too scared to be honest with him or about him out of fear that he will lose his shit in front of everybody, because that's what he did with Liz. He tried to stand up. Liz was like, no, let me talk, David. You're a gentleman. Let me talk, right? You're a gentleman. You're a man of God. You're gonna let a woman talk first, right? You know, like she's trying to give him the alley-oop to handle the situation in the right way, and he won't do it. He won't let her have her moment to speak. He keeps trying to overtalk her, and when he realizes that she's not letting up, he tried to like either sit her down or kiss her, or he was trying to do something. It seemed like he might have been trying to hug and kiss her goodbye, but it's like, no, we're in the middle of confrontation. You're not going to pull me in for an embrace in the middle of a confrontation to shut me up like AJ did to Alexis. Kissed her in the mouth to shut her up about the fact that she felt like he wasn't stepping up. Niggas work on my nerves. We'll get to him in a second. But either way, David tried to like physically impress himself on Liz. She backed away from that shit. He got upset, storms off, doesn't want to answer any questions, but wants to come back to tell us how he's a man of God and he is ready to love and all of this shit. You're not ready to love. You may be a man of God, but you need to be a man in a psychiatrist's office, because the Lord created doctors and I need for us to use them. And all of the wonderful things he put here on earth for us to use so that we can be better human beings when shit gets too tough, okay? When the terrain gets too hard, okay? The Lord has put somebody in your path to help you, and it might be a psychiatrist. It might be a therapist. It might be a counselor. You need to find them, because the Lord ain't helping you fix this, okay? The Lord by himself with nobody else's help is not helping you fix this. That don't even make sense, y'all. The Lord normally puts people in your path and in your way to help you get to where you're trying to go in one capacity or another. Whereas your family members, that one friend from school that was nice to you, teachers that was nice to you, people that fucked over you and put you in a mind frame to go after something harder, so that trial and tribulation really sets you up for your greatness and all of that. There are so many things we go through in life with the aid of other people, whether it's positive or negative. And whenever somebody tries to tell you you need to go and get some type of mental help, everybody want to throw God out there. Like God, you know, is the only way. Me praying is the only way. God gonna magically just make my brain right. That's not how any of this works. That's not how any of this works. Thank you, Denise Bell, for becoming a member. Thank you, Delilah954, for the super chat. Hey, okay, it's Jenna Brooks. Hey, girl, you were right down the street from me, but I chose not to stalk you. Keep being amazing and creating the best content on YouTube. Thank you, love. I appreciate that. You could have said something, though. Hey, Bondi, did you hear about, we're going to get to that on the Bondi Blue show. Evelyn leaving basketball. I said some of OGs coming back. Yes, we're going to talk about that on the Bondi Blue show, love. Let's stay focused so I don't get curtailed. All right. But yeah, David is out of here. He's gone. Peace out. I'm glad your ass is gone. Your ass is crazy. Your friends lied. I don't know who really cares about you or loves you. They probably tired of dealing with you. Your ass needs somebody to talk to for real, for real. And maybe even a medication or two to calm your ass down and help you see things a little bit more clearly. Because the way he stood up on her, the irateness, the you know, just uncontrollable angst that he has in his body screams, I need to go talk to somebody. Okay. Right. God is not the author in confusion of mess. No, he's not. No, he's not. God is not the author of confusion and mess the way y'all be trying to. Y'all throw God on everything that y'all don't want to deal with. Anytime people don't want to take personal responsibility for something, they throw God on it. I love that shit. I'd be like, oh, yeah, that was the Lord. Oh, all right. Lord probably like it had nothing to do with me. I wasn't even here that day. Anyway, so y'all, Ron and Alexis, okay? So when they meet up, I thought that maybe he was going to stay. But the way he talked to Alexis, you know, the way he was just basically saying that she didn't have anything to offer and he lost respect and he thought better of her. It was just kind of like, so now I'm a lesser person because we've all decided that you're not ready to love. When she tells him he's not ready to love because he can be condescending and disrespectful when he doesn't get his way, if he does, like the way he was about, you know, religion with her. He met her ex and, I can feel the religion all over you and I'm not gonna pray about it. I'm gonna go and get it. See, that's some bullshit. That's the opposite to or I don't want to take responsibility, so I'm gonna throw God on it. People always want to be at the ends of a spectrum. Ron is at the other end of that spectrum. How you gonna pray about cancer? How you gonna pray about depression? How you gonna pray about losing a family member? How you gonna pray about losing a love? Remember, you was the one, I think he was another one of them ones that felt like the woman had to be forced to get to know him because otherwise she wouldn't be interested. So you talking about going out there and getting it. Yeah, that's great when it comes to money, hustling opportunities, interacting with people to get them to help you get hit and that all that. That's all great and good for that. But there are some things that absolutely require God. There are some things that actually require prayer, waiting, patience, trust in God and whoever you service, okay? Whoever you look up to, whoever you feel like is greater than yourself, just trusting in the process, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But there's a level of life that requires faith, and there's a level of life that requires work. And sometimes those things go absolutely one in the same, hand in hand, they go together. Okay. So when Ron says shit like that, it's just kind of like, yeah, dude, you just talking out the side of your fucking neck. Like, that's just basically what you're doing right now. He was just being disrespectful because he could not deal, I feel like, with the fact that he was about to get dumped. Like, that's just what it seemed like to me. Like, he really couldn't deal with the fact that he was about to get dumped. So he decided to be an asshole about it. And it just seems like a lot of the guys don't know how to handle rejection without it turning them into some bitch made ass dude. And that's what Ron did to Alexis, which is why we are glad that he left. He then throws in her face that he went out on a date. Well, that's why I went on a date with Amber. And the way I kissed her, maybe, it's good that I'm getting out of this. I can focus on that. Child, Amber not worrying about you. Amber trying to get with Chris. Amber not worried about you. What you talking about, nigga? Like, I was just taken aback. But anyway, everybody meets up at this ranch. Alexis has an issue with AJ because she was looking for some validation from AJ after the situation happened with Ron, and he wasn't there to give it to her. So now she's feeling a way about him. And now she's also feeling a way about Amber because Amber owed her some type of loyalty in a situation where we've all shown up to date the same niggas. Girl, bye. Amber decides during this little situation at the ranch that she's going to put Joel on blast to Vernisha about how he chose Kyra as the one that he would leave with if he had to make a decision at that moment. And this pisses Vernisha off. They basically argue for the whole rest of the episode because Joel doesn't ever want to apologize. He wants to sweet talk and baby and sugar the shit until you get past it, instead of actually saying, okay, I realize at this moment I was wrong. I apologize for that. That won't happen again. You don't like to, I noticed that about men, period. Men do not like to take responsibility. They don't like to say, this is what I did. I'm sorry for this. This won't happen again. It's just like, oh, baby, well, you know how it is, baby. You feeling me and I'm feeling you. Don't be like that, baby. Don't do that. Don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit, especially New Orleans niggas. New Orleans niggas know they like to put sugar on shit so that they don't have to actually take responsibility for what they've done. I don't know what that's about, but I definitely was feeling that from Joel throughout the episode and his arguments with Venetia, and then them constantly having to have this disagreement over and over again. Of course, Joel felt some way about Amber saying it, but I'm glad that Amber did say it because Venetia was going to find out anyway. And I also felt like the show would have been boring. Like, hello, give us something. Give us something. Okay. But he was being full of shit. And that was the truth of the matter. Later on, he puts his meat on her booty and she smiled, and that softens her up for the next conversation that they will eventually have. But Chris was the one that really told Joel he needed to stand in it and just take responsibility for whatever he did before that girl stopped fucking with him completely. Chris is always the one that comes in, you know what I'm saying? Like on some, matter of fact type shit. I really like Chris. I know there's some people who don't like Chris, but I like Chris. Okay. So y'all, Alexis says that in conversation with the women, Kyra being all over the place is an issue for her. I said, bitch, how is her not being too serious about any one of these basic ass niggas? How is that an issue for you? How is that an issue for you? Oh, you know why? Because you don't like the fact that you feel like AJ really wants her. So while she has AJ wondering what she's going to do, AJ has you wondering what he's going to do. And see, that's the problem. The problem is that she really likes AJ. She really wants to be with AJ, but she recognizes that AJ is more interested in Kyra. So instead of just completely taking herself out the situation with him, she's going to play this game where she's going to keep, asking for more from him. And the thing that makes me mad about him is that he knows he's withholding from Alexis because he's really trying to see what's up with Kyra. He's doing that. And she knows he's doing it. I hate when niggas do that. When you know that they're like emotionally withholding in some way for whatever reason, and you say that to them, or you start to act the way they act towards you, and then they act like it's you with the problem. Alexis does a lot of shit that annoys me, okay? Including seeking validation and being okay with being somebody's second choice, okay? I think there are a lot of self-esteem issues that Alexis has that she's not being real with herself or us about, because you can tell with the way she moves with these men and with the women. Like, you shouldn't be bothered by anything Kyra or Amber are doing if you are fully secure in who you are as a woman. Just saying. I'm just saying. But I still feel like AJ is absolutely holding Alexis on a string in case Kyra doesn't work out, and she feels that. But she was doing the same thing to Ron. She had Ron on a string because he chose her. She wanted to fuck with AJ, but AJ is giving his attentions to himself and to Kyra. And the truth of the matter is, when you hear Kyra talk, she speaks as if AJ doesn't really give. AJ just doesn't really give. I think that Amber was right about him from the jump. He is one of those men that is used to women running after him or throwing themselves at him because he tall, bald, and chocolate or some shit. And he's able to put moves on y'all and do the bare minimum, and that's good enough. And I think that for these women in this process, they recognize that what he's giving isn't good enough, but instead of saying he doesn't know how to love, I need to let this go, they look for somebody else to blame. So Alexis blames Kyra. Instead of blaming AJ for being somebody that's disingenuous about his emotions, his feelings, and who he's really interested in. You should be mad at him because he's not really showing you that effort. And you also need to be checking yourself for wanting to be with Ron regardless of how he was not equally yoked with you, just because he chose you and gave you more energy than he was giving Chrysanthemum. And that gave you a little jolt to see that you were put before her when, I'm sure as the chocolate girl, she was expecting the half white girl to be getting more attention and more phone calls, but she was getting it. So that made her feel good. And then when she started to realize that Ron wasn't in alignment with what she wanted with the man, she realized, okay, I have to let him go because he's not in alignment with what I want. When she finally decided to let him go, he acted like a bitch. He did. He acted like a bitch. Okay, that's what it was. All right. But she still had him on the line because she was waiting on AJ, which she needs to let go of, period. Okay? Right. AJ equals Norris Chestnut. What was it? Mixed nuts. Morris Mixed Nuts. That's what I was calling him last season. Morris Mixed Nuts. Yes. So they go horseback riding. Child, a horse stepped on Liz's foot. And she got a foot rub after that because of it. But I was like, damn, a horse stepped on your foot? Shit. But it was awkward because it was her, Kyra, AJ, and Jason. AJ and Jason are both vying for Kyra, and Jason is interested in Liz. Okay. So it was just a little weird, but it was a lot of intermingling going on. Jason actually was giving more attention to Liz, and AJ was giving more of his attention to Kyra. That's kind of how it seemed. I'm skipping over the part where Joelle babies Vernisha some more, and then Chris tells him to just go over there and apologize and be real. I'm skipping over that because we talked about that. Jason and Liz make out some more. And I was like, oh, okay. I was here for their kiss. Their kiss was cute. I felt something when I was watching it. Alexis tells AJ that she's feeling neglected. She feels like he's more interested in Kyra. Instead of saying that, he makes her feel like she's insecure and needs reassurance. She did need reassurance and validation. This is true. But you also were feeling Kyra more and you are withholding from her and throwing kisses or throwing things her way just to keep her on the line in case the Kyra shit don't work out, because that's how men do. So I personally feel like, yeah, she was seeking validation, but she's still right about you. You are kind of playing with her emotions and her feelings, AJ, like you are. And I think she went and fucked with Ron to take some of the pressure off of that. And it didn't help. It didn't matter because AJ still has not changed how he moves. I don't think AJ has changed how he really moves at all, even with Kyra. So I'm interested to see how Kyra is going to move through the rest of the situation. Now that the numbers are dwindling down, we have less women, we have less men, and now she really is going to be forced to choose. And she might not even be forced to choose because Jason might just choose Liz. And if she's left with AJ, are you really going to want to be with him? Because I don't think AJ is any different than how he was before, if you ask me. Then they all play truth or dare, whatever. Joelle shares this kiss with Venetia for 10 seconds that was so painful. And I don't know whether it was because people were watching. I don't know what that was about, but it just screamed, we don't really kiss often. And I was just like, I don't know. Do you really want to fuck up? What's going on here? Like the energy just was like, why this kiss like this? Why wasn't this kiss? Like, I don't care if I'm kissing in front. Y'all. I could be mad at my husband. I could not stand him. If we kiss for long enough, I'm going to fall into the gap. Like, and what I mean by that is I'm gonna get swept up in the kiss. You can't kiss Lyric and not get like swept up in the kiss. Like that's how I would have you kiss Lyric, but if I give him like a little, all right, get out my face, nigga. I'm mad at you. You know, I could do that. Get off me. But see, if we gotta actually sit up here and kiss, I'm going to eventually fall into the kiss. And what I mean is I'm going to be into the kiss. I don't give a fuck who's watching because that's just the way the kissing goes with me and Lyric. So that's why when I was looking at them, I was like, this kiss seems painful from beginning to end. And I just was like, this kiss didn't look right in no way, shape, or form. I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna move on from there. Amber gets AJ to answer what he likes about Alexis versus Kyra, right? He talked his way around it. He said all he said was it's basically old versus new. Nothing really of substance. Y'all got to keep pushing this next live back because we still talking. Hold up, y'all. Give me 1 second and then we'll come back and finish this shit out so I can go into this next video. Oh my God. Y'all like the video. Like. I thought I would be finished. Jay Lee's like hitting me up like, Bonnie, send the fucking recording back. 2:55. Okay, we'll be out of here by 2:55, y'all. Okay, we're gonna move on to the Bondi Blue Show, which is the top of the blogs, issues, and stuff. Okay, back to the subject at hand here. Ready to love. All right. So Kyra admits that she has her guard up with AJ. And Alexis agrees that there's something about AJ that will cause you to have your guard up. I'm like, that's because he's not honest about how he feels. And whenever women feel like a man isn't being honest about what he's truly feeling about her, it's hard for us to be honest or allow ourselves to be completely enthralled in the way that we would want to be. So I totally understand why everybody has walls up against AJ, because it's like, even though we like you, even though you're giving us energy, there's something that we can't trust about you. So we can't give it all up. You know what I'm saying? We can't just fall into the gap with you. Joelle asks Liz about David and what happened. And, you know, Liz just basically says that this situation with David has changed her for the better. Kyra goes a little bit deeper because she thought he was actually going to ask about how the goodbyes were. And, you know, he didn't. So Kyra asked, and they get into that. And Liz explains that David tried to self-eliminate himself and how he acted and all of that. And then we get into Alexis and Ron and how he left and he was being disrespectful. And she said she had never felt so disrespected before, you know, in a while. Okay, which I can understand because he was being unnecessarily catty, unnecessarily disrespectful with all the little comments he kept making. Oh, I'm disappointed in you. I thought better of you. I can't stand when a nigga tell me some shit like that because I've decided I don't want to fuck with you anymore. Now you thought better of me. Now I'm less because I don't want to fuck with you anymore. So now my value is diminished because I've decided what I want and what I don't want. Isn't that funny how men can all of a sudden diminish your value because you've decided to place your wants and needs ahead of his emotions? I just never hear women speak to men in that way. I just never hear women say shit like, oh, I thought better of you. When, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like breaking up, we might say a lot of things, but diminishing a person's value is a whole nother thing. And that's what Ron did to Alexis the whole time they were having that conversation. He kept trying to find ways to diminish her value so he wouldn't feel less than because he was being dumped. And that should let you know how insecure he already was. Because at the end of the day, if you're not meant for this show, if we're not meant to be in a relationship, that just means we're not meant to be in a relationship. We're not the match. There are a million people, billions of people in the world. Everybody isn't going to be a match. Okay, sometimes we find each other and we may have certain things that go together, but big things that don't. And we need to just let the relationship go. It doesn't mean that one person is better than the other, or I'm better than you, or you better than me, or I'm a good person or a bad person and you a bad person. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that these two people don't need to be together. That's it. That's all. And everybody always tries to make it like this personal attack where they have to try to make the other person seem less than, or vice versa. Stop that shit. Some relationships are just not supposed to work out. Some people don't mesh. And you find that out as you get to know people. That's why people tell you to date and all of that. And stop just fucking people and falling in love. And then you find out all of these things about them that you don't like over time. And now you've had kids or gotten married or made, huge decisions based off of a relationship that you weren't really that knowledgeable about because you didn't know the person. Like, hello. Ryan is crazy. Ryan is crazy, and so is David. Okay. And I know we like to make Alexis the bad guy in these situations, but I honestly felt bad for her when she was talking to Ryan, because even if she really wasn't that interested in him, she did not need that type of energy from him. And I understand needing to feel validated by AJ after the fact, because it's like, damn, this nigga just made me feel like I wasn't shit. Now I need to go check and see, am I not shit? Like, even though as a woman of her age, of her accomplishments, of her beauty, there was no need to question that. You know what that was? An insecure nigga moment. And he tried to make it about you. And really it was about him. But yeah, y'all. Then she goes in on Amber and says that Amber is a Judas and she feels betrayed by Amber. And that's when I'm going to go in on her. Alexis, when it comes to these men, I'll give you whatever. Okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to Amber, I'm going to have to tell you right now, you was wrong as fuck for that. And this is when you letting your insecurities show. That girl met you on a dating show where y'all are all here to date the same men. She does not owe you anything in this process. And what I mean by that is she may owe you respect. Y'all cool, y'all friends. She may owe you a little love, a heads up, maybe. But you have to remember that y'all are on this show together. Y'all are befriending each other in this process. Y'all are still on this show trying to date men. So y'all are going to date some of the same men. You getting upset with her because she went on a date with Ron, because she had a moment with Ron, because she kissed Ron, whatever. It's bullshit. It's ridiculous. And you played yourself. In this moment, if you would have left it with the Ron situation, girl, if you would have been like, and girl, then he gonna try to throw you in there and said he went on a date with you and all of this trying to make me feel bad. And it's like, well, if you wanted to go on a date with Amber, you go on a date with Amber. Amber's amazing. I don't have a problem with you. You know what I'm saying? I understand why somebody want to go on a date with Amber. That's their business. If you ain't for me, then you could be for her. But don't try to throw her in my face now that I'm telling you that you're not ready to love, because it was a consensus amongst us all that you wasn't ready to love. So Amber probably felt like that as well. So my point would have been for her to get in front of everybody and try to point her gun at Amber like Amber was wrong. She played herself. You played yourself. You made yourself look stupid, because the truth of the matter is that lady don't owe you anything, and she did nothing wrong by going on a date with Ron, whether y'all are friends on this show or not. And I do this because y'all don't know each other like that to be really considered friends. Right. She made Amber sign a friend contract. Girl, get the fuck out of here. Blame it on the alcohol. Probably. She probably had been drinking that whole time. And it finally had gotten to the point where she was ready to, just kind of unleash that on everybody. And this is what we got from her. This bullshit. No, Alexis kept her composure with Ron because he would have left carrying his hands and balls in his hand. Oh, Lord. Ron said Amber had already told Alexis about that kiss. Alexis was reaching with the Judas comment. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sipping on them wine coolers. Oh, I want a wine cooler. She couldn't wait for someone to ask about her. I know, because they wasn't even talking about her. They was asking about David, and she couldn't wait to throw herself in that situation. Yeah, Alexis is definitely somebody that needs to make sure she's in therapy at all times so that she is self-checking, because I think that the things that she's went through in her life have put her at somewhat of a disadvantage as far as how she carries herself. She carries herself like a woman who is confident, but the way she moves screams, I'm not really that confident. Because if I was, then I wouldn't need to address Amber in this way. Then I wouldn't need validation from AJ, and I would have realized he's not feeling me like that. And I wouldn't keep looking to find that thing to make me keep fucking with him when I know that I shouldn't even have to come looking for it. I shouldn't have to ask you what's going on with us. I shouldn't have to keep calling to see. I should not have to do any of that. If you're not giving me that attention, I'm not giving you that attention. That's on God. I'm sorry, y'all. That's me every day, all day. I am definitely a hard lover. Once I'm in, I'm in. But I'm also one of those people that you can only show me so many times that you're not interested in me in the same way before I be like, oh, I don't even fuck with you no more. I didn't unfollowed family. When I tell y'all, I will ostracize the fuck. I don't need to be around people like that. I'm a very introverted extrovert, bitch. I could be a very lonesome. I don't need to be around a motherfucker. I don't need to be around nobody. I don't need to be around nobody I don't like. Okay? And I think most people need to get to a place where, yes, you want to be around other people. You want to be, when you are around other people, you want to be a joy to be around. But you also don't want to be somebody that feels that you need to constantly be shifting yourself and moving yourself around into a fucking pretzel to be with somebody wants you to be. And I feel like Alexis is in the space of constantly trying to be with somebody else wants her to be in the moment. That's why it's church woman one moment and it's, freaky deaky another moment. She's filling you out, and whatever you want, she's going to give you that, because a lot of women were raised to and just be whatever the man expects for us to be, specifically women raised in the church. You are expected to show up in the world the way a man wants you to show up in the world. That's why she looks for validation in AJ and all of these other men, because she was probably raised to do so. Most women are raised to look at men for validation. And then when we do, y'all look at us like we fucking up or something like that. But the truth of the matter is society makes women feel like we don't have worth if we're not linked to a man in some way. But she's a pick-me. Definitely. I fight against all pick-me mentalities. Okay, as much as I possibly can. Okay, but yeah, y'all, that's it. That's all. I'm gonna go, and y'all gonna meet me back here for the Bondi Blue Show, where we're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta mess and Basketball Wives mess and Tiffany Haddish. All right, because I was very surprised by the Tiffany Haddish news, and I'm kind of still wondering what the fuck. But we're going to talk about Basketball Wives, what's going on with them. We're going to talk about Portia, Fallon, and all of them too. So y'all make sure y'all come back. This has been fun. I missed y'all so much. And I can't wait to get into those topics. So I'll see y'all in a few.